People are exhausted with dating apps. In the UK, in the last year alone, Tinder has reportedly lost over 500,000 users. And people want to meet in person. But here's the problem. A huge number of people have grown up with social media and only dated using social media or apps and never learnt how to date in person. So they don't have the skills or the confidence to move into dating in person, particularly approaching in those early stages of dating. In this video, we'll walk you through how to rebuild your confidence or build your confidence from scratch when it comes to dating in person, particularly approaching, and how to break up with the dating apps. Welcome to the YouTube channel for Catch. My name is Sam and I'm the founder here at Catch. Unshakable confidence is the key to getting everything that you want in life and dating. So on this channel, we help you to build that unshakable confidence and become unstoppable. If you want to work with us, all that information is in the description box below. We have 2 digital workbooks to help you build your confidence at home. One is focused on dating, which you may find of interest. And we also offer one-to-one coaching. We are booked up until around the end of July or August. There is email coaching available immediately. If you came of age during the social media and dating app era, then it may be that you've never dated in person. You've perfected or built your skills around messaging, analysing profiles, and curating the perfect responses, perhaps even with AI, and having time to think about how you interact with someone. But as people burn out from dating apps and step away from them, and more people get fed up with the algorithm and the lack of results, more people are stepping into organic dating once again. But it's a muscle that they haven't had to use for a while and a new set of skills. How to approach in person, make conversation with people when you don't have a profile to read off, and how to pick up on body language signals and show interest. So how do you do it? Let's get into it. First, we need to understand what has got harder. Data that's coming out of the UK and Canada has shown that 46% of men are nervous about approaching in person. They haven't had to do that before and they don't have that skill. And that the beginning stages specifically are most difficult. So how to initiate, how to flirt, and get someone to respond and win them over in real time without being able to curate this online image or plan what you want to reply. This is combined with other societal shifts such as the Me Too movement, making people, or men specifically, more nervous to approach women because of that context. People leading more independent lives and maybe not meeting as many people organically or through friends, and shifting gender roles. And we've done several videos recently on, or a series called The Unstoppable Man, where we explored some of these narratives and these shifts. And we've also done a video that was requested by one of our subscribers on how to approach. So we'll link that series and that video below so that you can listen to those and it will give you more context and more information about this topic. But what that means is that if the challenge for many is initiation and the early stages of dating, then we need to rebuild our skills in that area specifically and our confidence in that area. But how do we do that in a way which will build our confidence, feel sustainable, and deliver positive results, or at least be a journey of self-discovery and learning as we build that confidence? Firstly, we need to see it as something that we train gradually and build our confidence by taking small steps, getting confident in those, and then continuing to build. And we did a video recently called You Can Train Your Confidence Like You Train Your Body. And it was about exactly this. You wouldn't expect to go from deadlifting 20 kilograms to 150 kilograms overnight. You would build up the strength and practice to get from one weight to the next. And we need to look at confidence in a specific domain or set of actions in that same way, just like any other skill. So rather than treating it like a band-aid to rip off and wanting to go from unconfident to perfect. It's how do we practice the micro skills in that initiation and early dating phase and set out a plan that feels low stakes and we can refine as we go, rather than putting ourselves out there too much, not getting the exact result we want straight away, and then backing off completely. So when creating that plan, think about the skills in that early stage of dating. If you're to initiate with someone, what are some places that you can put yourself so that you can meet more people? How can you start conversations naturally? And what are some openers that you can use to get conversation flowing in a natural way? And what does authentic texting look like for you, and healthy early interactions and being intentional look like? Or we spoke to someone recently who always approaches at a bar. If they see someone they're interested in, they wait for the person they're interested in to go to the bar to order a drink, and they will go at the same time. And then it's very easy at the bar to make conversation. Ask them what they're going to get to drink, compliment them on something, moan about the queue for the bar or the prices, and get conversation flowing that way. Or saying yes to more things with friends, or putting yourself into more places where you can meet people. So maybe saying yes to invites that you didn't before, joining clubs of things you're interested in. Running clubs are really big, and High Rocks is really big for this, or High Rocks training to meet new people. Or book clubs, any kind of social gathering where you'll meet people with similar interests. We also met someone else who really wanted to share certain passions with their future partner. So they came up with 3 or 4 questions to ask on a first date about specific bands they like, specific topics of interest, and they used that to guide whether that person shared the same goals and aims and interests as them. Now, others would not want to use either of those 2 approaches of going to the bar or having questions for a first date. But it's about finding what feels authentic to you, because if you are authentic to yourself and you have a plan for how to meet people, how to start a conversation, you can more easily implement it and feel confident doing it. The other way to practice is using lower stakes environments. So making friends or interacting with the group that you're interested in. So if you are a man who dates women, having female friends who you are genuinely interested in just being friends with, have things in common with, and therefore you'll practice and get comfortable with interacting with the group that you're interested in a lower stakes way. You'll start to understand more about the challenges that group face or things that they're thinking about, and you'll start to appreciate that group for who they are as individuals rather than making assumptions. And there's a lot of dating advice that generalizes men and generalizes women and how they will act. Our strong belief and experience is that every individual is different and we cannot generalize based on men and women. And when those generalizations are put in place, it's because of what that individual creator or coach has experienced and their biases, or it's to do with societal conditioning in a particular country and less so to do with biology. And we're breaking more and more out of these gender roles. So you can't assume that a man or a woman will act in a certain way based on their gender, but you can normalize interacting with that group and understand some things that matter to that group by interacting with them more. And that's the point. If you can desensitize yourself to interacting with that group in person, learn to read their body language, refine your intuition and start to trust yourself and feel confident, it'll be a lot easier to approach in higher stakes situations, such as if it's someone that you're interested in. It also helps your nervous system that interacting with that group of people or someone you're interested in is not that scary. You're going to survive it and it's safe, so it's then easier to work your way up to maybe more confident approaches or opening lines, going up to people cold, going up to people in a group of friends, because you've practiced in a lower stakes way and built yourself up. You can also practice approaching people that you're not necessarily interested in, but perhaps they're wearing a really nice outfit and you want to compliment them, or one of your friends is interested. So how can you practice the skills? The second way to approach this is getting comfortable with uncertainty. So many lean towards dating apps because it feels lower stakes. It doesn't feel like you're putting yourself out there as much. There's this feeling of endless options. So even if you swipe on several people and don't get a response, that feels less like rejection than going up to 10 people in person and perhaps not getting the response that you want. So when transitioning from dating app led dating to in person, it's getting more comfortable with the potential of rejection, embarrassment, and uncertainty. And we've done other videos recently on reframing rejection or no longer being scared of being hurt. And so those might be helpful if this is an area that you struggle with. We'll link those videos down below. But most people see the fear or doubts or insecurities around potential rejection, embarrassment, or uncertainty as a negative thing. They feel that fear and they take that as a sign that they shouldn't do it or they shouldn't try. When in reality, confidence is on the other side of fear. It's on the other side of doing difficult things and being nervous about rejection or being hurt and doing it anyway. So every time you feel fear or you feel uncertainty or insecurity, rather than backing away, run towards it and see it as part of learning and growth and getting to where you want, which is the type of dating life or relationship that you want. If you keep seeing uncertainty or fear as an opportunity for growth and you run towards it, then it teaches your nervous system that it's safe, teaches you that you're confident, you can do hard things, and it makes new experiences seem increasingly normal. And when you continue to chase your dreams and go after the things you want, eventually you will get them, and see every step as one step closer to what it is that you deeply desire. And finally, keep practicing and increasing the stakes. So as we've said, put yourself into scenarios where you are in proximity with the people you're interested in, have similar interests, give yourself places to meet people, use those lower stakes techniques such as making friends or complimenting people in the street so that dating and early stage dating becomes less nerve-wracking. And when you've refined those, then start to take more risks in dating itself. Cold approach people on the street, give them compliments, just say you're gorgeous, I would love to get to know you better. And I said in another video that my favourite line when I've been dating has just been, I fancy you. And I've said that to strangers several times, or I've even just pointed at someone and then beckoned them over and said, who are you? So you can have fun with it, you can be playful, you can be super confident and direct, or you can be more subtle, whatever feels more authentic for you, and take more emotional risks. So once you start dating someone, tell them if you like them, tell them what you like about them, tell them you'd love to see them again or that you had a great time. Because the 80-year-old version of you is not going to look back and care about any of the rejections or the embarrassment, but they will care if you didn't go after what you truly wanted or didn't find that relationship or have those adventures or date the way that you wanted to because your own fears held you back. So think about that 80-year-old version of you and run towards your fears, keep increasing the stakes, and eventually you will find someone and build the dating life or the relationship that you want. It's inevitable. So I hope that helped. If you need some more guidance with this, as we said, we've got the 2 workbooks and one-to-one coaching or email coaching available, all linked in our website down below. Thank you for liking, sharing, commenting and subscribing. It really helps the channel grow, and we would always love to hear new video ideas or your comments or feedback. Perhaps you're practicing approaching people in person or you've taken a break from the apps. Would love to hear your experiences. And until next time, have a great few days. Thanks. Bye.